All right. So welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Holes. So we watched the other two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 3 and 4,
Yep.
together. And so we're going to talk about those two episodes today.
Yeah.
So I remember what are some main things that stood out to you from the episodes?
Yeah. I from what I can remember, I like I really enjoyed uh episode three where after dealing with Reva, the third sister, whatever she is,
Mhm.
um dealing with her on the planet and then getting on the thing and going to Mapuzo and then trying to find the I don't know what he called him, but it was like the guy to talk to. You know what I mean? Like they were looking to rendezvous with some person.
Oh, right.
They did the whole father daughter story and tried
Mhm.
to. They had that really cool shot, and you probably remember it once I'll say it. They're walking down the grass or like the path or whatever, and then off in the distance you see this guy in robes.
Mhm.
And at first I didn't know what he was seeing, but now not until literally just a second, I was thinking, oh, okay, he's seeing Anakin, but now I almost wonder if he was seeing Qui-Gon.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
Couldn't tell. I thought both. I thought maybe it was that version of Anakin on Mustafar, with the
right, yeah, exactly, yeah,
yeah, I don't know. But that episode opens with him meditating on that cargo ship
oh
that they're on.
yes, that's right, it does open with that, yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
yeah,
trying to meditate and talk to Qui-Gon.
yeah, yeah,
But his emotions are so high from just learning that Anakin's
yeah,
alive that
trying
he
to settle himself.
can't, yeah, he can't
Yeah,
tune it
yeah,
out.
yeah. I forgot he was like he's sitting there, that's right, and like she comes up and talks to him or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like the whole thing, and because I haven't seen the Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett, I really enjoyed the whole sequence where he finds like the mole guy thing.
Mhm.
The thing that was like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
and he gets on the truck with him, and then the stormtroopers get on,
Mhm.
and they're all talking to him, and I was just like, oof, it just felt very high. It was very high tension,
It was. Yeah, it was. And it
and then
did.
I mean, Obi-Wan and Leia are not going to die. I mean, obviously, but it still was filmed like really well because just the guy, I forgot what she said. Leia, right? He said Leia to
He
her.
said Leia. Yeah.
He was like, what?
It was kind of cool because you actually get to see like stormtroopers be like an actual soldiers, like, and
Yeah,
not
yeah,
super stupid.
yeah.
I'm so used to seeing stormtroopers just being like these just dumb grunts.
He's over there. Right.
But
That's
it wasn't. It was like really
no.
because Obi-Wan could take out those four stormtroopers if he had to,
Right. If he had to, right.
but
Yeah.
he's not like super prepared to even show his lightsaber. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
very hesitant to even.
Right.
So you knew
Yeah.
at some point he was going to have to fight some stormtroopers on that,
And
you know.
and he did. I mean, like pretty much immediately
Yeah.
after, which was funny because the guy was like, "Hey, by the way,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
also this."
That guy wasn't an idiot either. He's like, yeah, that's definitely somebody you might want to talk to. Um,
Yeah.
it was just funny how that guy driving, it's like, oh yeah, I love the Empire, and they're like, yeah, the Empire is great.
I love the Emperor.
But it's funny to see like Obi-Wan go from being like a general.
Yeah.
Now he's like, um, he has to act like an old like guy with dementia, like on the,
Yes. Yeah.
when he accidentally says the wrong name, now he's got to backtrack and say, "Oh, sometimes I just old and I get confused. I get confused."
Yeah. It's
So
like that was my wife's name who died, and I just miss her, and it's like,
It's so
okay,
sad. Yeah. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. So
um,
the cool thing I don't know, do you know what the path is? Like specifically the path?
not really. It's not something that I don't think I've really ever heard before.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if Jedi Fallen Order talked about that at all. It might have mentioned it, but not. I didn't really deal with it
Okay.
100%.
I assume it's probably something in Rebels because I haven't seen all of Rebels. So,
I don't think maybe,
oh,
maybe
okay.
because Rebels doesn't really take place during that time where they're trying to hide Jedi's and get Jedi's out of there.
Oh, okay.
It
Okay.
literally ends right where the Empire takes over. So
Okay.
if anything would deal with it, it would probably be like Bad Batch might talk about it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but yeah, I don't know. They didn't really need to go into like a ton of detail. It's just kind of like an underground like Jedi
Gotcha.
escape tunnels and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I actually thought it was really cool that after he fights all the stormtroopers on at the stop at the whatever, like the inspection station,
Yeah.
he fights them all, and that one stormtrooper gets it real bad off the top of the tower. And then they're like, "Hooray!" And then he goes to the next thing, and then more stormtroopers come off the thing, and then that lady, I thought they were gonna get arrested,
Yeah, I did too.
but it was cool, and I also liked that she had, I mean, all of them did, but I like that she had that imperial,
Hmm.
like with the rank and like the pen and like the ID thing and all that. I enjoyed
It
the
is
little hat.
yeah. Yeah, the officer uniform is always been
Yeah,
really
that was
very
cool.
like clean and very like serious, you know?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I mean, it's very clear from the original trilogies when they show up that they're like clearly George Lucas was trying to basically make them look like Nazi
Yeah, right.
officers.
Hmm.
So it's
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
anytime you see him, you're just like, okay.
Yeah, but I love the two like you said, the two pens in the pocket and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very like it's very posh and like neat.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but she actually turned out to be a pretty cool character so far.
She
I
is
like
a really cool character.
I was
Yeah.
surprised that she was like she was the one that was like supposed to meet him at the checkpoint. Like she was using her,
Yeah, she was the one trying to find him. Yeah.
and it wasn't just like she was a sympathizer and joined the Empire. It was like she joined the Empire because she thought that was like the right thing to do. And then the more she saw, she's learned that like
Yeah.
this isn't.
She was one of the few people who were who were blinded by what the Empire was promising to do. Like
Oh
she believed that essentially at the end of Revenge of the Sith, when they're like, "No, the Jedi are traitors,"
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to make it better, and we're going to have peace in the galaxy." It's like, "Oh
Well,
yeah," and then it's like, "Oh, wait a minute."
well, that's the thing. Like if you didn't follow Star Wars from like the Jedi's perspective, if you follow
Mhm.
it from just like somebody living
Oh yeah,
like on the outer rim or in a major city, and you see like all the crime and pirating and all that kind of stuff, and then
right,
now this big organization takes over and they say we're done with that, no more council, we're not doing this political thing, it's we're taking
right,
over and we're taking control and we're getting rid of all the bad stuff.
right,
You'd
right,
be
right,
like,
right,
this is great, finally like a good police force.
right.
It
Right.
just happens,
True, true, true,
they were
true. Yeah,
eradicating the Jedi and killing all the kids with force sensitive powers.
yeah,
A bunch of bad stuff behind the scenes.
yeah. I mean, pretty much. I mean, they just were anything that you would see, they would just spin as like, well, no, that's the Jedi, rebelling, not us massacring them, essentially.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
goes
So
in, so she takes him in. They hide him in that back room, and I've seen online, but I
yeah.
didn't know other than the thing I think is on his Clone Wars armor, right? Other than that symbol,
Yeah.
everything else I saw online. there were certain names scribbled on the wall that were like, this is so and so, and I was like, okay,
Well, he specifically mentions that script on the wall from Quinlan,
yeah,
who was a not a major character, but he's just another Jedi guy in Rebels. Not
oh,
Rebels.
Rebels, oh,
I
okay,
think he was in both. I think he was in both.
okay,
He's got like the curly hair, and he's got like the color like dye band across his
oh,
yeah.
oh, 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 okay,
I think he
okay,
was one of those kind of like rogue Jedi guys.
gotcha.
But it's just cool. It's a cool
No,
run.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that symbol is like the Jedi. It's either the Jedi Order or like specifically like the Jedi Knight armor.
yeah, yeah,
Jedi. It symbolizes you as like a Jedi Knight, like general or something during the war. I can't remember.
yeah,
Which is why Obi-Wan has it on his
on this thing, right?
shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was really cool. I liked Leia a lot in the third episode.
Mhm.
She was really good in it. She's good in four too, but
Yeah.
I just like how she played along. But the thing I think that probably everybody's talking about from episode 3 was um him and Vader confronting each other.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I mean, like pretty much this is the only time other than Rogue One where Vader shows up and he's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. Right.
And he just kind of walks down the thing. He's dragging people. He's throwing people up the thing. He breaks like some little kid's neck or like teenager's neck. You're just like, oh, okay. Like apparently he doesn't care about anything.
Nope.
But I think the thing I was thinking about was it was very reminiscent of the original from A New Hope when I forget what Vader's doing in the scene, but he goes, oh. And he's like, and he walks away, and then he says, I think he says the line like, I sense someone I haven't felt in a long time, or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's kind of what Obi-Wan does in this episode, where he is he's like trying to they have this scene where he senses him, and then he's like, wait, and he runs to the little like door window,
Mhm.
and then he sees him, and he kind of puts two and two together, which is funny because literally this series is indicating that Obi-Wan at the end of Revenge of the Sith like had no idea that this person called Lord Vader was Anakin. I mean, it's like I don't know how he wouldn't know out in Tatooine that Vader wasn't, he had to have known who Vader was, like that he was a thing.
Did Obi-Wan tell? No, it was Yoda. Yoda told Obi-Wan, Luke, about that Vader was his dad. Didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he reconfirms it. Vader is the one who tells Luke he's his dad.
Right, but he had I thought Yoda was the one that kind of told him about his family history or whatever.
I think he does. Yeah, I think Yoda explains it because Obi-Wan kind of lies to him because Obi-Wan says, Vader killed your dad and all this stuff. So
yeah, he was talking in technicalities.
Technicalities, right? Exactly.
Yeah. No, but like, that scene is so good because it's not only does he like sense that it's Anakin, but it's just this overwhelming like dark energy that is just like
right.
It's just like it like almost hurts him like how bad this guy is.
Right.
Like he can sense like how evil this dude is, and then to know that it's your former Padawan,
Right. That was the thing that made me laugh. You talked about it, I don't know, a couple days ago, and you were like, Obi-Wan sees him standing there, and I don't think does he turn on his lightsaber? So Vader turns on his, and Obi-Wan's like,
he takes it out, right? He takes it out. It's like, nope.
Yeah. It's like,
so So
I
even
mean,
like so like he knows that that's Anakin.
yeah,
He's defeated him before, technically,
right.
and then even for him to see him for the first time, like in his full like Darth Vader get up, it's just so like menacing.
Right. Oh yeah.
And just the fact that he, when he was walking down the street, he has no regard, like he doesn't care.
Right. I think he's so full of anger, right? Yeah. And I think knowing that he's approaching Obi-Wan Kenobi, like he's even more angry, right? Because I think it might be revealed in the series, but I think that Vader holds Padme's death,
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan responsible for that, as well as the obvious, like maiming him and leaving him to die.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so yeah.
I think honestly, that's the only thing that keeps Anakin like alive is his incredible hatred for like Obi-Wan in the moment.
Yeah. But they have that cool little. There's a cool thing that they do, and I think it was because of what we always talk about in um, like Boba Fett in the original series, and a lot of like the stormtroopers, like they were always like, okay, we have all of these 9,000 things to put on the actor, and then they put all these things on him, and then the guy's like, okay, you can only move 4 inches in every direction, right? And that's like his thing.
Yeah.
So I like that. That the Vader suit for Hayden Christensen is not that bad, right?
No.
They've advanced like 45 years. It's not. So, but I like that when he was fighting Obi-Wan, he still had that like that kind of like stiff.
Yeah.
He doesn't move too much.
Yeah. And it makes sense. I mean, he's like what, 85% robot?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot. And when he comes at him, he does that like lurching thing that he does. If you look at the Obi-Wan battle in the desert when they're finally hitting lightsabers, and you look at like Empire Strikes Back when he's attacking Luke, it's like the same type of like strike pattern.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I like how Obi-Wan, he runs away, and then he knows he's gonna have to like defend himself.
He's gonna have to confront him, right?
But that scene where he takes his lightsaber out.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't think about it, but he's got it in front of him, and it's so bright that it only lights up a little bit around him.
Right.
And he's basically blinding himself with this giant beam of light, and he can't see like where anything is.
Yeah.
But in like in Jedi Fallen Order, you can use your lightsaber as a flashlight, but he holds it above his head like this, and he walks like this, so it's illuminating the light in front of him. But Obi-Wan is like defending himself, and he's basically blinding himself.
Right. Yeah, true.
And then so during that fight scene, you can see like Obi-Wan, he's using both hands, and he's like really trying to like defend himself. And Vader's just one-handed, just dominating him.
Yeah, true.
Oh man, Obi-Wan is so like out of practice,
Yeah, well, especially in episode 3, and then the whole thing, and he says he's not gonna kill Obi-Wan, he's just gonna make him suffer.
Yeah, and then he drags him through the fire.
Yeah, and it's like there's Obi-Wan yelling and screaming just like Anakin, and I was like, man, he was just sitting there and watching it. He wasn't even like,
no.
He just was. I don't know if he was enjoying it or he was feeling sad about it. I couldn't tell because it's a giant mask, so it's like.
So that's the thing I was talking to you about before. It's so funny to me. Like it's cool to know that underneath that costume is Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But when Vader first shows up in that episode, you're like, oh, okay, here we go. And then Vader talks, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. That's not even going to be his voice. It's just like
it's James Earl Jones.
So that's what I was telling you. Like there has to be something towards the end of the series where it's very much like Hayden Christensen's.
Well, I wonder if you're going to get like almost like a video game like Return of the Jedi thing, or maybe Obi-Wan eventually gets back to like good, and he cuts the helmet, and like the helmet has to come off, and now you see. Yeah, like you see the mouth part here, and then you see like Hayden Christensen's head, bald little scarred head.
There's got to be something other than just like to have both actors be back. There's got to be some reason.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really necessarily be upset if there wasn't.
No, I mean he's
It's
doing
just
a great
cool.
job in
Yeah,
like just in body language and stuff like that.
it's just cool that he finally gets to be Darth Vader. You know,
Yeah.
he finally gets to like,
And be a cool Darth Vader, right?
yeah,
Because it's
right.
like he doesn't do too much at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-mm.
Just kind of walks around and goes, no. So it's like,
Yeah, and again, that's yeah. I would have. It would have been cool if he was, if he played Darth Vader in like Rogue One and the ending of
mm,
Rogue One, like if he was just wearing
yeah,
the suit, that would have
yeah,
been cool. It would have been like,
that would have been cool.
it's cool.
Yeah. So so he goes and they save him. The lady Talia saves him, and the third
Hmm.
sister takes Leia.
Hmm.
It's like,
Well,
okay,
yeah, I didn't necessarily see that coming, but it also is like this whole series is going to be about like Leia,
oh yeah, clearly, yeah. This is like Leia's mini story, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Because
and
Luke is boring. Luke just works on the moisture farm his whole life until
right.
he comes back and Uncle Ben is dead. That's his whole story.
What? Yeah, but the thing that got me to like fast forward, I enjoyed them like he's in the back of the tank, and that was cool to see him in that. That was
Oh
cool,
yeah,
and the
forgot about that.
whole and then going through and but the thing that got me and it was very like middle of the episode, and I literally got like goosebumps on my arm, and it was so we just were talking about the Vader thing, right? So he's fighting Vader. It's like you said, he is like struggling
Yeah,
to just not be killed essentially.
yeah,
And he gets onto this fortress thing, the stronghold, and now he's going down the thing and he's deflecting
hmm,
the stormtrooper shots and everything, and then he
yeah,
takes down a couple things, and he does that like he did that like slide. He didn't do the two fingers thing, but he
yeah,
like slid backwards a little bit, and I was like, oh man, and I was like, and it was funny because they had done such a good job in the first three episodes of making Obi-Wan not feel like Obi-Wan from the movies. So when that moment happens, when you kind of see that he's kind of coming back and he's like
yeah.
really good, he's like a really proficient Jedi. He's really good at with a lightsaber,
Hmm.
and he does that little pose thing. I was like, oh man, I was like, they're slowly building him
Yeah,
to be. You can tell that they're building to a thing where they're getting they're getting ready for Vader and Obi-Wan to meet up again, but this time not be unevenly matched.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I think it'll probably end with Obi-Wan beating Vader again,
mhm.
right? Because that's what leads to that line in New Hope of the student has become the master.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a thing, and you were right. The more and more it's moving on with it, and like every episode, he's pretty much calling out the Qui-Gon. Like, there's no
Gotta
way
be,
Qui-Gon's not showing up in the series.
gotta be. Yeah, I know that. I'd be
Yeah,
so
I know.
cool.
You called it. I didn't even think about it.
Well, because Revenge of the Sith ends with that line of Yoda being like, "Oh yeah, I talked to Qui Gon the other day. I'll teach like in your
Yeah.
quarantine, basically. Like that's what your job is protect Luke and try to
Yeah.
communicate."
So
Oh,
here's the interesting thing. I wonder if they're going to tap into it. I mean, we only got two episodes left.
yeah.
The thing I wonder is how does Anakin do that?
Hmm. I don't
And
know.
it's right. So it's like, is Palpatine teaching him, or is there some sort of other thing that happens? And because it's like at the end, it doesn't. That's who shows up, and it
But
might make sense. They might be able to basically explain George Lucas's weird decision of getting rid of the original actor and putting in Hayden Christensen at the end of Return of the Jedi.
mhm.
If they somehow get this Anakin to understand, like, this is how he does this,
Hmm.
but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see that. I I've always just kind of understood it as uh, a strong Jedi has the ability to do that, to become, because basically all it is like they become one with the Force.
Right.
So they basically go into the Force, into the ether or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they become like physical representations of it. Yeah.
I think Qui-Gon was like such a good like Jedi. He wasn't
Yeah.
he wasn't like he didn't really necessarily get involved with the council. He always took like the moral high ground no matter what the council was doing.
Right. True. Yeah. True.
I think Anakin dying as a Jedi, like Luke talking him to become a Jedi again. I think such a high act of nobility, I think, pushes you over the.
Probably. Probably. That's how I've always looked at it too.
Yeah.
But now that they're really pushing heavily into the Qui-Gon stuff, I just wonder, like,
yeah, I don't know.
but that, like, specifically Qui-Gon, because in the Clone Wars, he goes and meets with those people, and then he learns about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then he obviously communes with Yoda, and there's a deleted scene where he's talking to Yoda, and then Yoda says like training, and it's because of Qui-Gon, and now so it's like a thing where I just wonder how it's going to connect. We'll see though. The funny thing is, and I don't get it. I get that people, like we were talking about the other day, like, okay, if you are watching this week to week, and this last episode I think was literally only 35 minutes, and it was probably more like 25 minutes because of credits and all this stuff.
The most action heavy episode yet.
But to me, it showed that like Obi-Wan was starting to come back to like old, like the original like Clone Wars Obi-Wan, because up until this point he was just kind of this wimpy, old, forgotten kind of guy. Like you said, he was playing a demented, like a farmer with dementia and doesn't know anything, and he's using blasters, and he's very like, he's just sad, and it's like now all of a sudden here he is. He's back to who he was. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know why people get so bummed out about this stuff.
I don't know. A lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you have these shows, like people are just like, they love them or they hate them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't get it. There was a couple things in Boba Fett that I did not enjoy.
Well, sure. Not everything's gonna be great. Right, exactly. Right.
But like, if that's the story they want to tell, then that's the story they want to tell. I have no problems with Boba Fett coming back after 40 years and being like, doesn't want to be a bounty hunter anymore.
Right.
He's old. Why would he want to continue to be a bounty hunter?
Yeah. Right.
The Jabba's dead. The throne is open. Why wouldn't he want to become the daimyo of that?
Right.
I'd have no problem with that. That makes sense. We don't even know who Boba Fett is as a character anyway. He said 3 lines, and then to go from that to be like, he would never do that. Like, you don't even know who he is. He was a bounty hunter,
Right. Yeah.
That's the stuff you're just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Open-ended at that point, right?
So I don't know. So some things can be very, I don't know. I think what it is like the Mandalorian started, and it's a completely new story. And so there's things in it that evolve around other major story points of Star Wars. And then you can be like, oh, that's cool. They're bringing that into this. And there's these characters that you don't know. But when a character from your childhood, and you have this mental image, and you played with all the toys your whole life, and you had your own storyline, and now you see them on TV and they're different. I get it. I get that it can be, well, that's not, I don't want that to be like that. Like, do I enjoy seeing Obi-Wan as this tormented old guy that is lost to history? No, not really. But it makes sense.
Right.
And he has to go through that to become the Obi-Wan that we see in New Hope, where he's been living on Tatooine, but he's not broken.
He's not broken, right? He's not
teaching Luke.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. So the other thing I wanted to say was super cool was that scene where he saves Leia. and
I'm
there's
trying
like
to remember.
stormtroopers in there, and then he shuts the lights off, and then
Oh
Anakin starts to
yes,
do the
yes.
lightsaber kicking, and then he shuts it off, and then he goes to the other side of the room, and he turns the lightsaber on, and then he shuts it. It's so good. The cinematography is so good.
Yeah. Put your hands up. Don't come any closer.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. And do you know that was weird? I have no idea what that was, and I haven't really looked into it at all because I have no idea. Was
Yeah.
when he's walking down that hallway and there's all those people in like the weird
Mhm.
amber stuff.
They're all Jedi's.
Yeah. I could tell that they obviously were all force sensitive people because they had the youngling kid with the helmet on, which was kind of bizarre, but
Yeah, they're like trophies. They're like, so that's like, I mean, there was nobody there that I really recognized. I thought it would be really cool to have like somebody there that was like in prominence.
right, right.
Um, but that's basically just showing like how bad the Inquisitors are. Like the Inquisitors used to be Jedi's, or they were force sensitive, or they were trained to be Jedi, and now they're so bad that they love going out and finding Jedi and force sensitive people, and then taking them as trophies.
Yeah, because I wondered when Riva goes like right, and she's on Leia, and Leia's just
Yeah,
like she's like, "Oh, are we having a staring contest?" Right? I
it's so
almost
good.
wondered, yeah, I almost wondered if Riva at that moment realized she was force sensitive, and that room she took her into wasn't like an interrogation room; it was like
So
to make her into the trophy.
no, so that room is used for turning people into Inquisitors. It's basically a Nazi
Oh,
brainwashing equipment, is what it is. It like electrocutes you, and it instills. I don't forget exactly how it works, but it's like a torture. It's torturing you into becoming the other way.
like kind of bad. Yeah, gotcha.
So like
Gotcha.
some Jedi's joined and became Inquisitors just because like that was whatever, they were like
Yeah,
bad people to begin with.
they gave into the dark side, right? Yeah,
But the other ones were tortured into it,
gotcha.
and so that the Jedi Fallen Order game deals with that a lot. That's like the main Inquisitor that you're fighting. She was
Okay,
like a Padawan, but she was tortured into submission.
I see.
So
I
that's what
see.
that room is.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty cool. So
So
just
now
seeing
you
that,
wonder where it's going at all because she gets what do you call it? Like they tracked the robot
mm-hmm.
and they're flying away. It was cool to see the things from Hoth again. I forget what those are called. Are those called the A wings?
I think
No.
those are the A wings. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And they come in and they shoot the whole thing, and then the
Oh
guy
yeah, yeah.
gets yeah.
It was cool that that guy called him General too when they were talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first time.
That was really cool.
He's like, "Look, it's been a long time. Like, I respect you, General, but I was just like, yeah, cool,
Yeah, it was cool.
cool."
It was really cool.
And it's cool because you can see the start of the rebellion. You can see like
Yes.
all these little splinter groups, and they're starting.
Yeah, people like you were saying that people are slowly figuring out that the empire isn't quite what they promote themselves to be.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what takes place, and
yeah. No, they were good. They're definitely. I get more enjoyment out of watching both episodes together. I think
yeah,
that was a good way to do it. So maybe that gives us a different perspective. I know sometimes
yeah,
week is tough because you wait the whole week and then you finally watch it, and it feels sometimes like nothing really happens.
sure, but
It does. It always does. But
right, yeah, stuff is happening, and also like we've been waiting 20 something years for these movies, so or not movies for these shows, so it's like didn't even know what was going to happen, so it's like be
no,
happy,
no.
just be happy there's something, right?
Yeah, I kind of wish that like at the last episode they would just come out and say like we're gonna do another season, just kind of fill in
Yeah.
a little bit more gaps.
I know. I know. It is hard. To me, there's a lot of things that they could use in this episode or in the series to flesh out to make A New Hope a little bit more understandable for certain things. But at the same time, I'll take whatever what they want to give. Because so far, I've enjoyed every 4 episodes of
Yeah.
these, so
Yeah.
I'll take whatever.
Yeah, and there might be some stuff in the last 2 episodes that really
Oh yeah.
tie up stuff too.
Plus, too, I don't think we even know like the run times for those episodes. So it technically could be like over an hour. You never
No,
know. So
no, and I was totally wrong about maybe after the whole season is out, they'll put the names for the episodes up. But
mm,
every single one has just been like part 1, part 2, part 3,
yeah,
which is kind of
yeah.
cool. I like that.
So I didn't notice since we're talking about the title. I didn't notice it until I went back and watched our podcast. That like on the thing on the Obi-Wan thing. Did you see that like I think it's on Kenobi. The
Mm-hmm.
eye in Kenobi is his lightsaber.
Lightsaber, yeah.
I had no idea, and then I was
Cool.
like, oh wait a minute.
And it's
Yeah, it was
like
really
I
cool.
love how it like it's like the sand like blows over it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean I saw the intro, but when I saw the eye part, I wasn't like, oh, let's look at you know what I mean. I just was
You're
like,
not
nice.
focused on it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
So next time we get together to do this, we're gonna hopefully be able to do this. I don't know. This will probably be out when episode 5 is live. This will
Mhm.
probably be or soon to be live or is
Yeah,
already out
it'll probably yeah, those will either come out like Monday or Tuesday. So probably the day before.
day before. So the goal for next time is that we're going to try to watch it somehow, obviously without getting copyright claimed. We're going to try to watch it off screen and
Yeah.
then discuss 5 and 6.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a live recording
Yeah.
of us watching.
So technically, you could watch the episode with us. If you had a means of 2 screens, you can put our podcast
Yeah.
on and then start episode 6 when we start it. Maybe
Yeah.
Caleb here can put like a start like put a number on the screen when the person knows this is when we start. We push play on Disney Plus so that they can follow along if they want.
Yeah.
They don't have to. Just
Yeah,
but
that'd be fun.
yeah. So
Get your popcorn and your Jedi
yeah,
robe. we should wear Jedi robes and
yeah. So it should be good. Should be good.
yeah, that'll be fun. I'll have to try to move the
Well, yeah, I was wondering. I was thinking if we could get like I don't know, like the chairs or something, because you have that TV over by the work thing. So if we could get that Disney on that, and then just like I don't know.
yeah. I might be able to just move it for the yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Yeah. Well, or you could, if you have your monitor up here, you could just
Mhm.
bring it down,
Yeah.
plug it in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. That'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll figure.
We'll do
Okay.
a watch party. Episode 6 watch party.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Should be good.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. I don't want it to be over, but I
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
want to see the
Same.
final confrontation.
I know. And it's gone by so quick. I mean, I know we got the first 2 episodes like in day 1, but still, it's just crazy that it's been already 2.5 weeks.
I know. Well, that's what one of the articles I was reading was. It was like, so the first 2 episodes came out, and then like the third episode came out the next
Couple days later, right?
2 days later, right? Yeah, 'cause it was
Yeah.
Friday and Wednesday. And one of the articles I read was like, yeah, so the Obi-Wan series had just released and it's already half over. It's like, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes by pretty quick.
It does. It does. It really does.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, like we said, we left off with. I thought Reva was lying to Vader when she says, "I tracked them. I let him go. I tracked him." I thought she was lying, so Vader didn't kill her.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh."
I'm kind of like hoping they don't do a reveal where like she's not actually bad. You know what I mean? I don't want them to do that.
I don't feel like it. I mean, she's pretty nasty. I don't feel like she's gonna have this turn.
Well, I just don't know what her big like thing is with Obi-Wan. Like why does she feel like she's the one that deserves to take out Obi-Wan when like obviously Vader has like more right to Obi-Wan than anybody.
The only thing I can think of is she was forced, like you said, tortured to believe that Obi-Wan was a traitor, and if she's the youngling from the opening, because they haven't gone back to that, right? They
No.
haven't gone back to. So my thought is she's one of the younglings, and she's been tortured, or something has happened where she thinks Obi-Wan is the traitor and sides with Anakin,
Hmm.
and so that's where her path is. Her path is like, and then the thing that would make sense logically, that would make sense story wise, is that Riva suddenly realizes that Obi-Wan is still the Jedi Master that she thinks he wasn't. She probably thinks right now he's a coward. He left for all these younglings to die, and right, but then discovers that Anakin's really the reason why all of this is happening. The Emperor, and that Obi-Wan is like the good guy, and she'll end up dying with that knowledge. But you know what I mean. I feel like
You
that's
would
where they're
think
going.
you would think for her to know that he's Anakin, she would know some of that stuff too, because that's not like a very like talked about thing. I'm sure nobody in the Empire really goes around talking about the fact that Anakin
Right.
Skywalker is Darth Vader. So
Well,
for
that's
her
what I
to,
wonder if it shows if they're going to cut back to Hayden Christensen like killing people in the temple, like a new filmed
yeah,
thing
that would be cool.
with the young little girl, and then he returns to the temple as Vader, and he finds her
Yeah,
like she's alive, and he goes to strike her, and like there's a moment for whatever reason he doesn't kill her, and whatever, and that's how she
join,
knows he's Anakin.
join.
Join me. Yes.
Together we'll rule.
The galaxy. Oh god, he can't ever stop, can he? He can't control himself.
No, no, he can't.
So
Oh, I
I'm
also
sure.
wonder too. I never even thought about it, but I wonder if we'll see Palpatine.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. That guy is still alive. He was at the
Yeah, he
Disney
was at
thing. So
Star Wars thing. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. For us it's a few days until episode 5.
Yep.
But you probably won't watch it. You'll probably watch like
Oh,
5 on the
well,
following Wednesday and then watch 6.
yeah, yeah. I will. I'll watch it. Yeah, it depends on when we do the episode. I might watch it that day, or I probably will. I'll squeeze
Yeah,
it
with
in.
work and everything. Yeah.
I should honestly watch them right before we do the episode anyway, because I watched both of these on Wednesday and we started this and I was like, uh, let's see. Obi-Wan was wearing robes at a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
forgot.
I know.
Oh man.
Hey,
That's,
before we end too, other cool thing was him using the force stuff to keep the water from coming in. That
oh
was cool.
yeah.
That was cool.
It's just funny to me that like every time that we have seen the Sanctum Inquisitora,
Mhm.
that like that always ends up happening.
Oh, okay.
Because they built under the water, so
Right.
all the tunnels down there are all like surrounded by water, and like they
Yeah.
always break. And like every time that we've seen that building,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tunnels always break. And
I thought of you when okay, so whatever her name is, Talia, whatever her name, is
yeah,
talking to
Talia
him.
El Ghul.
Yeah, Talia. And he's swimming in the water like episode 1, right? I thought that was cool. He's got the rebreather and he's swimming.
Yeah,
I thought of you. It showed this shot where the thing was opening, like it's a and he was like, "Oh, I got to go up into this thing," and there was this weird, like, terrible, munchy,
yeah,
like starfish thing was on
yeah.
it, and I thought that would be a cool thing for like you to do, is to do that like underwater resin
Yeah.
thing,
Oh
and
yeah.
like have Obi-Wan in it with all this like plant life and like sea monsters and stuff. And I was like, that's cool.
How cool would like a diorama be where it's like the top is the water and it's the sanctum, the top,
Right, right.
but then like underneath the resin you can see like the tunnel, and you can see like Obi-Wan down there with his lightsaber.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That'd be really cool.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like diving into like full resin.
No. 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 No, I know.
I watch these videos all the time. These guys doing these amazing like resin like
I know.
dioramas, and they're like, all right, so they spend like 50 hours sculpting these little things, and they put them in there, and they're like, all right, here we go, and they dump all this resin in. Like, oh my god. So now, like, if your mixture is bad, it's
Anything.
not gonna set. If it's the wrong stuff, it gets too hot from all the late, from too
Yeah,
much
like
of it.
bubbles and
It
stuff.
cooks.
Yeah.
It basically
Yep.
boils.
Yeah, it
Or
wasn't fun.
you put your frame up around it, and then you pour it in, and then it starts leaking out of the frame, and now you're trying to.
Yeah, I mean, you had to do
Oh,
that when I did it when I made it once. You had to go and pretty it up because it all leaked out of the side for me. You
oh,
were like,
it's just awful. It's awful. You watch the videos on YouTube of like these amazing things, but you don't see all of the times that they've like failed and all it's gone horribly wrong.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's rough. But yeah, I do. That is on my list. I would like to do like a resin underwater
Yeah.
pour at some point. That one that you did was pretty cool. That turned out pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I had gotten the plastic like well now you have the machine like print
Mhm.
out actual skyscrapers
Mhm.
instead of making them out of clay because they just look like bulbous like mush in the thing, but that's okay.
That's basically what Bioshock looks like, anyway.
True, true, yeah, true.
Honestly, the like the little supports that come off of your 3D prints, they look like
Like
look
broken
like
buildings, right?
inside of a building, like the framework of the building. Like
Yeah,
you could
that's
put them
true.
in there as like the building is all like imploded, and it's like the framework sticking up. And
Yeah, yeah.
pretty cool. So here's something. So Bad Batch, I just saw season 2 of Bad Batch comes back
Yeah.
September 28th.
Oh wow, okay.
So I will do a video then, but I'm doing I got this like hunter
Oh wow.
figure.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's
Those
pretty.
are no wait, those guys were those guys in Obi-Wan, right? They were trying to break the door, right?
So no, those are like security guard troopers.
Oh, fourth, like
They have
specifically
like
fourth.
black, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know how Star Wars is, it's all about the merch. So whatever
Yeah, I
new
see.
costume you can. No, they're in the Jedi Fallen Order game too. They usually they have like shock batons. They're
Yeah.
using like shock batons, but they have like the black helmet, the black armor with like the red like cloak.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that will wrap it up for these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
We will be back, and we'll do like a watch party. We'll talk about episode 5,
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but
and then we'll push play and we'll watch episode 6.
okay, yeah, I like it. Okay.
I mean, maybe break up the recording, but I'll put it out as one video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, probably the video. Yeah, I understand. I like it. That's a good idea.
And also this week we have a Dominion cast.
Yeah, our Dominion cast. Yeah. That will be soon after the
Yeah.
which I think a lot of people are waiting for because a lot of people have been talking to me about it. So
Good. Yeah, it was good. It was good. And to go along with that, I'm putting out 3 videos this week. Holy crap! Because we'll have this video out this week because it's current. Dominion is current, and then I did a Jurassic Park diorama.
Oh yes.
To go along with it.
Perfect.
So that will be cool.
Got a lot of videos to look forward to.
Yeah. So be there or be square. So yeah, let us know if we're kind of running out of like series, like movie series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, there's a couple things coming out maybe that we'll talk about.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe Lightyear is one thing that
I thought about it. Yeah.
seen.
Yeah. It's been on my mind, but yeah, it's like a
Yeah. Love and Thunder. I don't know if we'll talk about Love and Thunder, but we might do something fun for it.
We might be able to do like a thing where if we've seen a handful of movies, like just do like
Yeah.
a almost like a two Toms thing where we just kind of talk about a lot of different things.
Yeah. One big
Yeah,
action-packed episode.
yeah,
I really do want to make a new Mjolnir that like lights up with all the cracks.
that would be cool.
Make Jane's Mjolnir.
Yeah,
I also got to make Stormbreaker at some point, but well,
yeah, life size.
I'd love to. I'd love to. It's been on my list for the movie wall for a while, but
That's an undertaking right there.
it's just a weird shape, you know.
Yeah,
It's like the back is square and then it goes to a point and then it's a big wide wedge off the side.
yeah.
I'll get to it. All right. So comment anything that you guys would be interested in us talking about, or a prop that you guys would like to see.
Yeah.
Now Parker's been requesting some stuff. He wants like Bo-Katan and
He likes the helmets. Yeah, he likes helmets. So
he
yeah.
likes the helmets. He also wants to see me do like a diorama for like a AT-AT or a chicken walker.
Oh yeah, like an Endor thing or like a Hoth thing.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah, I will do that eventually. I would like to do like a nice, cool like snow base on Hoth.
Yeah, honestly, it'd be really kind of cool. I don't know how awful it would be for you, but if you made like it's like those pocket, not pocket, I don't want to say pocket poly pocket things, but talking about like those micro machine things.
Geez.
I have them. I have the Star Wars heads. You can crack them open, and it's like a play set.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking that would be cool if like you had a thing where like on the outside it was whatever, but then you opened it and it was like a scene from the movie. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't know why you say these things to me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Never mind. This part is cut out.
Oh man. All right. Well, we'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll be around. We got some stuff coming out. So
yeah. Hit that bell for notifications.
Yeah. Ring that bell.
Ring that bell. That's our sponsor for this week. It's the bell. Perfect.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
All right.